Greetings. I am Pastor Harris. Welcome to this edition of Understanding with Pastor Harris. As we get started today, I want to make a brief announcement. I'd like to let you know that all of the videos, beginning with video number 20, are or have Spanish translation. If you will look at the corner of the screen, there are three dots, and if you will touch on those three dots, it will give you some options. On those options, there will be one that says English and English Automatic. Press on the English, and then you will see Spanish translation on your screen. Not the English Automatic, but the English one, and you will get your Spanish translations. Now to today's message. How many things do you see in my hand? How many things am I holding? How many things do you see in my hand? This is called a payeta in Spanish. We call it a sucker or a lollipop here. How many things do you see in my hand? Mango. Well, let me answer that for you, and maybe you won't get the answer that you thought you had. In my hand, you see I have what is called an egg. How many things are there? One? No. For you see, when you crack that egg and open it up inside, you will see that there's a white liquid and a yellow yolk and the white shell. There are actually three things: a shell, a yolk, and some white liquid. Well, the payeta that I have, chocolate payeta, a chocolate sucker. You say one thing. Well, it's more than one thing, for you see, there is a paper outside, a plastic paper. And then when you open the plastic paper, having more trouble than I thought I'd have here. When you open the plastic paper, inside you have a chocolate candy. And the chocolate candy there, oh my goodness, the chocolate candy is on a stick, a white stick. Chocolate candy, white stick, and it was closed in paper. Three things all together in one, a sucker, lollipop, or in Spanish, payeta. Well, you said I had one thing here, a beautiful mango that I just got the other day. One thing? No, three things. For you see, when you cut this wonderful mango open, you will find that you have was on the outside a skin, a pretty skin, inside some yellow meat, and when you cut down to the center, you will see that you have a seed. Three things: a seed covered up by what we call the flesh and all held together by the skin on the outside. A mango. In each situation, with the egg, with the candy, and with the mango, we have three things all together in one. So what's so important about that? Well, we've been talking about God and how magnificent He is. It's about time I start explaining what God is all about. I will tell you briefly just today one magnificent thing about God. There are three gods in one. Now, in the beginning of that book I told you about last week, Genesis, in Genesis, the first chapter, verses 1 and 2, it talks there about how in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. But it also tells you in verse 2, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. If you go on in the Bible, in John, the first chapter, the book of John, verses 1, 2, 3, and 14, there the Bible tells you that in the beginning of what? The world. In the beginning of the world was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And it says, and nothing was made without him. You see, God the Father, God the Spirit, the Son, because it said the Spirit became flesh and dwelt with us. And we know that's Jesus. That's God, Jesus. And then the Bible says in Genesis, in the second chapter, that the Spirit of God hovered over the water during the time that God was making all things in creation. Well, if you're not so convinced on that, then let me tell you another place where it says in the Bible about all three, it being us, more than one God. Genesis, the first chapter, verse 26 and 27. There it says that God said on the sixth day, let us make man in our image. More than one God, but truly just one God, three in one. Well, let me clear it up for you. When Jesus was baptized, and it's recorded in most of the Gospels of the Bible in the New Testament, but in Matthew, the third chapter, verse 16 and 17, there, if you will go and read it, you will see that when Jesus went into the water, the Holy Spirit came as a dove and rested on his shoulder. And at the same time, the Father in heaven said, this is my Son, whom I am proud of. Three, but they're all God. They're all God in will and purpose and intention for us here on this planet called Earth. There's a way that you can separate them. And I'd like for you to do that for yourself so that you can clearly see the difference and distinction in all three of them. If you will look in John, the 15th chapter, verse 26, then John, the 16th chapter, verse 7, and John, the 16th chapter, verse 28, you will see that they're all three separate entities that are called God. John 15:26, John 16:7, and John 16:28. Please read that for yourself. You will see that there's a total distinction between the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. What do they all accomplish? Number one, it's about the will of the Father. And the Father's will is nothing but love for you and us. He loves us so much that he said, let us make man in our own image and to give him our own character. Well, we know man didn't go right and he made some errors, but God loved us so much that his son Jesus came to die the penalty of death for us so that we could have salvation. And then when he left to go back to heaven to make everything all right with God for us, he said, I will send the Comforter to you, which is the Holy Spirit. He will lead you and guide you into all truth about those things necessary for you to be saved. You see, it's all about love. John 3:16, one of the most powerful scriptures and texts in the Bible, says, God so loved the world that he gave his son. And when his son died, completed his mission on earth, he went to heaven and he sent us back the Holy Spirit to take care of us each and every day and every moment of our lives. That's how much God loves us. He may not love what we do sometimes, but God loves us from the beginning, during sin, and now. God loves us so much. John 3:16 tells us that he loves you and he loves me, and he'll always love you. Talk to him. Get a relationship with him. There are three gods all in one, and each entity has a special purpose for you and for me. God bless you. See you next time on Understanding with Pastor Harris.